So one of the things that you would want to do when you have a layout or when you're creating your website is to change your images. And to do that, what we are going to do is just we are going to upload some images into our website before we can edit them. And as you can see, my website, what do you call it, panel is still loading. Yes. And forgive me for that, but it seems tonight the network is a bit slow because apparently I'm also uploading some stuff on the side, which can be stopped. So I'm just going to wait for this to load up and we can just go ahead. Okay, so it's loaded. And what I'm going to do is upload an image or upload a set of images that I want to use. So I'm going to click on this image, click add, and I'm going to select the file that I want. I have some files that I actually want to use, and we call them, I have some new images, and I'm just going to upload these files, right? And one thing that you would want to do, which is very important, is make sure that these files are named properly. So if you just don't use numbers and things to name these files, make sure you name it properly so that people are looking for your website. It helps in the search engine optimization, right? On page search engine optimization. So you'd really want to name them well, not just with numbers or anything. But for this tutorial, I'm not going to bother trying to actually rename them. So what I'm actually doing is uploading these web page sort of images. I'm uploading them, and they are going to go when each one finishes, it will turn green so that I know that I'm done with them. So now I'm done with actually uploading these images. I'm just going to click outside there and I'm just going to click on my refresh button to sort of refresh the page for me. Like I want to start things afresh. That's basically me. When I upload images into the app, I sort of want to have the feeling that everything is really set and I can just push ahead and do whatever I want to do. So you can basically do what I do or probably just leave it to load and then you can just continue working on your stuff and then when you need it they show up. Okay, so now that we have this element, we all know that if you want to edit a text, you just have to click the text, right? Select all the content in there or whatever you want to do and just start clicking it, editing it. So I want us to edit this text. So okay, so this is just random stuff that we've written here. Now we have an applied notes. We are going to change the font family to something more interesting. So I'm just going to look through to look at something that will actually catch my eye and I'm going to use it. So okay, so after a while I have my section styles back again. What I'm interested in is my assets, so it's actually loaded all the images. That's why it's very important to make sure your images are not 2 megabytes and 1 megabyte and 800 kilobytes and all that. Make sure the images are between sort of 50 kilobytes to 180 kilobytes. So there are a lot of tools that I'm going to show you that you can use to work on the images. So I have this tool online that I use sometimes. I love image.com resize image. So you can just select images that you want to resize and sort of decide to resize the images. So what you can do is you can use by percentage, right? And probably that wouldn't work for you. So basically you would want to use what we call the width and height thing. You can maintain the aspect ratio if you want to, and you can just resize the image. And once you are done, you can just download it and then put it aside. One thing after you're done resizing images, you would want to go to tinypng.com, drag your image that you have actually resized, right, and put it in here to sort of make it smaller. But we have an integration in Let's Go that actually, when you put on the setting, it will automatically make sure that your files are smaller. But we don't turn it off on automatically because some people still insist they want to have that high res, high quality images on the web, which, well, some in most cases there's no need for, except maybe you are actually targeting retina displays and really, really, really high res screens. But the point is, if you want to use icons and those things and target those things, the best thing to do is basically use SVGs. That's probably the best thing to do. We are going to talk about this in a whole set of the series, but right now we have our images set and we want to actually edit the content of our website. So let's click on an image. We are dealing with images right now, so we click on an image and we select a look that we want to use. Let's select a sort of look that we want to use and drag it as much as we want and then press Ctrl S to save. Now, editing images, as you can see, is very easy. All you have to do is just click on the image, select the image that you want to use to replace it, and you're done. Click on the image, select another image that you want to use to replace it. You press Ctrl S to save, or click on another element, and we are done. It's very simple, very easy to use. Now that we are actually making this ours, or making this design look like something we actually want to do, let's go ahead and then manipulate this a bit. I'm just going to pull this to the left. Okay, I'm sort of going to pull this there, but I should actually pull these things out of the way before I did that. So I'm going to put the text in here. Now we know that we have some button over here that we need to take. So as you can see, I'm making sure it loads before I drag it, and it doesn't take a long time to load. So I'm going to drag it down here. Then I click on this. I'm going to drag it down here. So in a matter of few minutes, we've sort of changed the look of our website a bit to something that we want it to be. Maybe in case we want to put the text to the left, and put this text to the side if you want. And we have something going. We can keep editing this and making it ours. And so we add page layouts, edit the content that has already been created for us, and then we can push it online. So basically that's how to edit images. One last thing I want to add to editing images is editing background images. We don't have any background image. So right now what I'm going to do is just add a background image to this element. So I'm going to click on this. Once it's selected, search in my notes for background element. Okay, sorry, background image. I double click on the background image and it's applied. Okay, it's as simple as that.